We want to talk to two of your star players. You definitely want to talk to the two guys that are going to be leading your team. And I think it's going to be a good connection. I think they'll connect well together. I think they'll definitely do some big things for OKC. And they'll probably be better than when it was KD and Russ. I mean, they're one up now. They've got 3 All-Stars on their team. Now, Golden State has 4, so, 4 is greater than 3, so obviously you see that, but it's going to be really interesting to see how it all goes down. I'm excited though for OKC. We got another caller up on the line. My man Eric Dewalt of the Kane and I Show. What's going on?
Hey, Ben. How's it going, man? BS3. Great to be part of the show.
Yeah, definitely. I know it was short notice, so, man, I appreciate you for coming on. I know you took a little nappy nap, and you called in.
Yeah. Well, hey,
it's all good. So we already talked about the player ranking. I mean, the NFL power ranking. So I already went past that. But I'm gonna ask you about how are you feeling about your Eagles right now, especially coming off that exciting win, 61-yard field goal. Like, what better way do you want to go off on a win than kicking a 61-yard field goal?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially you're talking about a rookie kicker. Guy that is only on the team because the other kicker is injured. So you wonder how can he step up in those big moments, and obviously stepped up huge because of course when you go into overtime anything's possible. But to answer your question, I feel good about the Eagles. I mean, don't get wrong, I don't think Eagles are a dominant team or anything, but they're closing the tight games, or at least so far, that it didn't do last. Especially in the division. So I think, these type of games are going to be the difference between being 10-6 and 8-8, which could be different between first and third in this division easily. So I like where things are going. Can't complain, Yeah,
we can't wait to play you guys because we know this is going to be a knockdown, drag out fight. They're probably going to have the promo with Carson Wentz versus Dak. I'm pretty sure they're not going to put Zeke.
Second year.
Zeke's not going to be. Zeke's not going to be on any promotional merchandise for a little while.
No.
Yeah. Shout out to Courtney Harden. He's a resident Eagles fan. He's in Philly. He's always in the show chat room. He said, again, you better recognize them Eagles. So you got some love in the chat room.
Oh, yeah.
But,
all right. Well, tell him, of course, that week we're going to have to get you on our show to talk about the Cowboys because, so let my man know, maybe we need to bring him on too. We have a separate Eagles show now, so we'll make it happen,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not liking or following that one. So you need to. I'll let Courtney Harden know to get in contact with you.
All right.
But,
all right.
So the whole NFL, which I've talked about this with a variety of different people tonight, but the way NFL players, coaches, owners handled everything Saturday, also Monday with how the Cowboys did their demonstration. How do you feel about this? Do you think this is really getting to the heart of the issue, or is this more just for show?
Well, I'm glad to see people, trying to show some sense of unity and trying not to allow the statements of 45 to divide things further. But I'm a little perturbed that there seems to be such a reaction to, some comments that 45 made, which really just playing to the audience. When last year, when this whole thing of sitting and kneeling started with Kaepernick, and it was like I think 3 weeks before anybody even realized he was sitting down during the anthem, because before all this, most people were milling around during the anthem anyway, just nobody paid attention. And I think they didn't even notice till Kaepernick was in uniform and asked about it. He said, he's trying to bring attention to police brutality and inequalities. And you didn't have this much reaction. You didn't have teams issuing statements. You didn't have all this stuff that you had this week. So I'm a little concerned that, half-baked, now it was an insulting comment made by 45 about, some of you guys. So I get it, but, I would have liked to see as much passion and outpouring and, planning and everything to bring attention to police brutality of minorities. That's just me. But, and also, if you listen to all of 45's statements, I think part of the reason you see owners getting involved is, he called them out. He said stuff like they're trying to ruin the game, and they're messing up the game, and they're change the game. He went in on the owners too. It's just that everybody focuses on the SOB part,
Right.
And there may have been some tension there, because at one point he was trying to be in the owners club. He was trying to buy the Bills at one point, and they didn't let him in their little club. So I think. All that I think plays into some of the stuff he said, and I think all that plays into the reaction you see. You see owners actually going out on the field and stuff, but I didn't see Jerry Jones taking a knee before the anthem, to bring attention to minorities being mistreated. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I guess better late than never, I guess, but at the same time, amazingly, these billionaires find a way to make it about themselves. You know what I mean? Like, that's
exactly
how I look at it.
Yeah, it's like they're being disrespected. So what they're going to do is they're going to respond to Trump. This really had nothing to do with social injustice. This has had to do with Trump called them out. They're billionaire boys. When I say boys, I mean they're basically kids with money. They're not going to allow somebody to disrespect them. So they came together in unity against the president, which honestly I've never seen this before. You have complete leagues in distrust and not having any type of relationship with a president. I'm very interested to see how the NBA is going to handle all of this. So we're going to see NBA players doing this now. We've seen the first Major League Baseball player, I believe it was Bruce Maxwell. I believe it was his name of the A's, the first ever to kneel. And so this to me is, even though it's been meant to cause division in a weird kind of way, it is actually starting to cause people to come together for a cause against the president of the United States, which I don't know if I've ever seen this before.
Well, because you've never seen a president who was so thin-skinned that he's going at people and going at situations that should be well beneath the office, right? Like in our lifetime, any president has been made fun of, any president's been mocked. They have people on Saturday Night Live mocking them, media members, people, there's always a side that doesn't like whoever's in office. That's been throughout our entire life, right? Because of media cycles and all that stuff. But you've never seen a president like going back at these people until now. But with all that said, like you said, it is creating a sense of unity. It is bringing people together in a way, and whether or not 45 intended that, who knows? And I really personally don't think he cares either way. I think some of this is, you know what, let's stop people from talking about Russia and what I may have done wrong there and the consequences and other things. Let's focus on, some other ridiculousness, so people can get off my behind, about some of the things that possibly could lead to impeachment or imprisonment. I could be wrong, obviously, but
so many...
in a way, yeah, there's a lot going on, right, that we can't even keep up because he has so much going on. He hasn't been in office that long.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and to me, there's so many other things you can focus on. There's so many other things besides getting on your phone, or maybe he's on a computer, maybe he's on a tablet, maybe he's on a Palm Pilot. I don't know what he uses, but he's on one of these objects on Twitter. Like, I just, it's mind-boggling. It's something that
my co-host,
I don't think anybody can explain.
My co-host calls it his toilet tweets. It's like, whenever he's on the toilet, he's got that phone in his hand, who knows what can happen. But, you've never seen a president, go online and call out, Steph Curry, I mean,
right.
And of all the people, right, like the most, America's darling, right, Curry's the most popular athlete with millennials, so he knows what he's doing, he's not going to go on and call out somebody like JaVale McGee because that's not going to create enough waves, right? So he's going to go, straight for the most shocking person he could call out. Oh, let me call it Steph Curry because nobody's going to see that coming, and that'll create some waves, So, I mean, it's a sad time. I mean, it's funny, from an entertainer standpoint, it's, somewhat amusing, it keeps things in the media cycle, but it's a little sad that we're in this situation as a country, it's honestly just embarrassing, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah, exactly. So, I also, before I let you go, we talked about the Eagles. I know you're a Lakers fan, so I want to get your thoughts. I don't think I've had a Lakers fan on the show actually tell their thoughts about how they feel about the LA Lakers going into this season. Got a starting lineup of Lonzo Ball, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is what it says on ESPN. I don't know, that may be Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, and Brook Lopez. How are you feeling about the Lakers going into this upcoming season?
Honestly, what's the saying? Disappointment is a function of expectation. So my expectations for the team, not expecting them to compete the Warriors for the championship, but I definitely think it's a huge step in the right direction for the Lakers. I think if you compare it to last year's team, KCP, Caldwell Pope, and Lopez are, at this moment, are probably better players than anybody the Lakers had last year, right? So you've automatically upgraded 2 spots. You got Ball taking over for Russell, who got shipped out. And so I think while Ball may not be as good of a player yet, eventually I think he will be better, but I think his game will translate better because, it's about passing. And so that automatically is going to endear him more to his teammates, I think, than Russell did. Plus, Russell had the whole, Swaggy P incident, so that kind of made things difficult in the locker